Good evening. I'll call this meeting of the Cartersville City Council to order. If you'll please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Pray with me. Our dear gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight with thanksgiving in our hearts and praise on our lips for what you have done for us, and we don't take that lightly. And we thank you for this opportunity to come and do the business of the city. And we ask that you would go before us to give us wisdom and knowledge. Your healing touch on those who are not feeling well and sick tonight. We ask that you would touch them. And Lord, tonight I just especially would intercede on behalf of Mr. Jones and ask that you would touch him in a mighty way and be with his family even tonight and watch and care for them. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this time that we can gather together and do the business of the city. And we thank you for your love, your forgiveness, and your mercy in our lives. And it's in your holy name we pray.
Amen. Please join me in pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please break the roll, please.
Carrie Hodge.
Here.
Jay Stepp. Carrie Roth.
Here.
Calvin Cooley.
Here.
Gary Fox.
Here.
Catherine.
Here. Thank you, Julia. First order of business is the approval of our council meeting minutes from January the 21st. Council, you've had an opportunity to review these minutes, and now would be the opportunity to amend or make any changes. And if there are none, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We are going to, I believe, go ahead and appoint our assistant municipal court judge. He can be sworn in at a different time, evidently not able to be here tonight. I just want to get this off the agenda.
Yeah, I think that would be perfectly fine, Mayor.
Go right ahead.
Yes, we would like to recommend that y'all appoint Samir Patel, a local attorney, as our second assistant municipal court judge. He has served in that capacity previously, and he's done an excellent job for the city.
Thank you. Do I have any discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Ms. Reed, you've got the next item, please.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. I am coming before you with the reappointment of Dan Kramer to the DDA board, as well as the new appointment of Molly Cole to the board. She will be replacing Pam Wilson. Molly Cole is currently an employee at the Convention and Visitors Bureau in Cartersville, Bartow County, and she has had previous experience with the Adairsville DDA, so I think she will be an excellent addition to our board, and staff does recommend approval.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Cooley will handle the next item, as I will be recusing myself. Mr. Cooley, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Mr. Menino, proceed.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. This is zoning case 21-01, proposed rezoning of approximately 25 acres out of a 36-acre tract across from the Savoy. With that, Planning Commission did recommend approval of this application. It's currently zoned general commercial with a special use permit for multifamily. The proposal is for straight multifamily on that. We went over several of the details in the previous meeting, and there have been no additions or changes since the first meeting.
Council, any questions? Thank you. At this time, is there anyone for or against? May come now and give your credentials.
Good evening. My name is Gwen Wheeler, Development Director with Continental Properties. For the record, our address is W134 and 8675 Executive Parkway, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin 53051. I won't take up your time repeating all the information that you already know, so I just wanted to let you know that I'm here to answer any questions. I'm happy to bring up any of the presentation materials you've seen if you'd like, but I will leave that up to you. So happy to give any more details. if you feel necessary.
I'm asked one question, I probably should have asked this earlier, but the area that's not being developed out in front, is that under your development, or is that, or you're just doing the housing?
Just the housing, we are, the seller, the current property owner will retain that for future commercial. We are going to be utilizing that area as a mass grading effort to make sure that, you know, the storm drainage and things function for the entire site, but that's the extent of our work on that, the piece that is not colored.
Does your firm get into the retail side in other areas, or just strictly apartment side?
We're strictly multifamily right now. We were doing some hotel development, but that, you know, especially with COVID, has gone very cold. We used to be a major retail developer, but we've really shifted away to focus on the housing need.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Thank you. This is the second reading for this ordinance. There's no more questions, there's the motion on the floor.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Did Carrie say aye?
I did, yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because we have to have 4 of you say aye.
So motion carried. Well done.
Mayor?
He has a tendency to step away.
Yeah, he may have gone. He may have run out.
He can listen on the radio.
Thank you. This time I'd like to ask for a motion to add, let's just add all 3 items to the agenda. At this time, there are 3 items to add. Need a motion to add those 3 items.
Motion to add 3 items to the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
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 Mayor, I'll go with the first one of those items, which is a emergency reading, a proposed emergency reading of an amendment to ordinance 02-21. That's the downtown entertainment zone ordinance y'all approved. The purpose is to amend it by adding a new paragraph 17, basically which says that consumption from approved cups shall be allowed in commercial establishments having an entry point adjacent to the downtown entertainment zone, provided that said commercial establishment allows cups and alcohol on their premises. It is proposed as an emergency reading because the downtown entertainment zone is scheduled to open on February 11th, and you do not have 2 meetings between now and February 11th.
And this provision was deemed that there were those on council that said that they believed that this was part of they thought it was part of the original, but it actually wasn't part of the original, so it sought to clean that up. So, and again, I'll say I'm not a big fan of emergency ordinances, but it doesn't make an awful lot of sense to pass something and have a different rule in place for a week or so. It leads to confusion for the vendors and for the enforcement to the public, where you could have people unintentionally not following a rule, and that's why I've asked for it to be an emergency ordinance. And again, I've put it to council to decide if they want to proceed in that direction or how they want to proceed, to either pass the ordinance as an emergency, pass it as just as a or just have a first reading, or deny it altogether. So I turn it over to council for discussion.
Motion to approve as an emergency reading. Second.
I've got a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, like sign.
No.
The motion carries 4-1.
Mayor, the next item I had to add was we'd received a second adding litem notice on behalf of Maria Cortez from her attorneys involving an automobile accident. Just like we did previously in early January, I would recommend that y'all deny this request, and we'll forward it to them, and they can take the matter up with the insurance company.
Okay, any discussion? If not, Chair will entertain a motion to deny the any litem claim.
Motion to deny
All right, so I've got a motion to deny the ad valorem claim by Councilman Wren, a second by Councilman Fox. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Randy, why don't you go ahead and do the third added one, since Keith decided he was gonna take over this meeting and just
Yeah,
insert all these things.
We'll give it to him.
I'll do this one too.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is the property located at 8 Aspen Lane. The property owner was part of the first-time home buyers program. They have fulfilled their obligations, and we're requesting, or they have requested, that the lien be released on their property. I believe they purchased it in 2010. After the 5-year term had expired, we could have released it back then, but right now, they've just come around to requesting it. With that, we recommend your approval.
Okay, questions, comments, or motions?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Where are we now, Mr. Lovell? You've done
Number
twisted
5.
me all over the place.
Number 5, Mayor.
Sydney's ready
Mr.
to go.
Forsyth, if you'll come forward, please, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and Council, this is a payment to Tax Specialists of Georgia Southeast LLC. The city entered into an agreement in February of 2020 to recover sales and use tax paid by the city for various water and wastewater projects. Tax Specialists of Georgia have bundled 3 water treatment plant projects together totaling approximately $4 million to the Department of Revenue, submitted that to the Department of Revenue for their evaluation, and the Department of Revenue has approved a refund to the city for $77,745.31. We actually have that check now. As part of the agreement, the city has agreed to pay 25% of any refunds back to Tax Specialists of Georgia, and that would be a total of $19,436.33, which we are recommending for your approval. And just as a point of information, this is the first time we've ever recovered any sales and use tax from the state for water projects.
Great. Well, thank you. Don't spend it all in one place. Chair will entertain a motion to get some money falling from the sky.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Mr. Dixon.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The gas system is requesting to purchase 950 feet of steel pipe for a relocation at the new Jackson Farm development. We received 2 bids and 2 no bids. Consolidated Pipe and Supply was the lowest at a cost of $9,262.50. This is a budgeted item, and I recommend the council's approval of the low bid.
Okay. Thank you. Questions from my opponent? If not, Chair will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion carries unanimously. I think that's got everything on the list. We have the 2 items that are to remain on the table.
Yes, sir.
And is there any other business that needs to come before council this evening? I will simply say before I take a motion to adjourn, our former colleague up here, Councilwoman Diane Tate, lost a good friend of the entire city, and J.B. Tate, over the weekend, and I just wanted to recognize that and offer our condolences from the city. I've talked with her personally, and she's, as she always does, she sounded great, but J.B. was certainly loved by a lot of people. He had a great sense of humor. I know he's good friends with our city attorney, David Archer, as well, who we offer our condolences on his passing, on the passing of J.B. as well. I know David's saddened by that as well, and great storyteller, funny sense of humor, and could go toe-to-toe with David on the history stuff, so there's not many of those around. So just wanted to offer our condolences to Diane and her family on that. So if there's no other business, council, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.